With tears rolling from his eyes, he slowly closed his notebook, looked up to heaven, and said, "Dear Sabaoth, whatever you have for me and my people, I'm willing and able to do." He stood there admiring the lake before he realized he didn't have his equipment or weapons. The sun was about to set, so he quickly gathered sticks and dry leaves to start a fire. Talking to himself, he said out loud, "Guess I have to do it the old-fashioned way." He took 2 dry sticks and rubbed them together until he could get a spark to start a small fire. He was gently blowing to spread the fire to the rest of the dry leaves until he could slowly pile sticks and then old logs. Taking about 20 minutes, he finally got the fire where he wanted it. The darkness covered him as his stomach growled. Then he heard another growl. He was confused because it didn't come from him this time. Looking up, he saw something in the bushes ahead of him. He didn't sense danger, but he was perplexed at what was happening. Slowly moving towards him, Wanyanyekevu got into a fighting stance. Not understanding what was going on, he heard a voice in his head saying, "I don't want to fight or kill, I just want to eat." Wanyanyekevu relaxed and said aloud, "Show yourself!" A black bear came toward him. Wanyanyekevu said, "Are you talking to me?" The bear's mouth did not move, but he heard a voice. "How do you understand me?" Wanyanyekevu, perplexed again, took a seat and scratched his head. "I'm confused." The bear sat next to him and was just as perplexed as Wanyanyekevu. Then, suddenly, he heard the plants and trees as if they spoke. "Nature truly has a voice," Wanyanyekevu said. "Now, how am I supposed to eat what I can hear and speak to?" The bear looked at him and asked, "You're thinking about eating me?" Wanyanyekevu said, "No, silly, I wanted to go fishing because I'm starving." The bear looked at Wanyanyekevu and said, "They're not speaking to me." As it ran off into the lake, it returned with 2 large catfish in its mouth 30 minutes later. Dropping them on the ground, "I caught one for you." Wanyanyekevu stood there without a knife to clean and gut the fish as the bear ate. Looking at the bear, he said, "Can you bite off the head, and I will do the rest?" As he held the fish, the bear grabbed the fish, bit off the head, ate it, and said, "Thanks." Wanyanyekevu said to himself but aloud, raising his eyebrows, "This is new." Taking a while to clean and gut the fish without a knife, Wanyanyekevu did the best he could with a rock, before finally walking toward the lake and washing the fish off. Returning, he placed the fish on the fire and waited for the fish to get done. The black bear was long gone by the time Wanyanyekevu ate his fish. Feeling content, he laid back and watched the stars and talked to Sabaoth. "Everything that has life has a spirit, but only man has a soul, I get it." Listening to the sound of the trees and insects around him for the first time in his life, it all sounded like a choir. Wanyanyekevu talked to Sabaoth for a while longer before drifting off to sleep,